Alright, so today we're going to do some talk about dimensions. Alright. What you gotta do is you gotta look for the outside dimensions first, and then we'll worry about the inside dimensions after. When looking at the outside dimensions, you want to see if there are two sets of dimensions or one set of dimensions. On the bottom here, you're going to see there are one set of dimensions. You can see one solid line going across with all the dimension lines, and the extension lines just extend out from the drawing. Remember, you always have a little gap between the corner of the drawing and the extension line. The extension line shouldn't touch the drawing, where you can bear not to have it touch the drawing. On the side, you're going to see the stacked dimensions. You have an inner dimension and an outer dimension. Here you have an inner dimension and an outer dimension, and an inner dimension and outer dimension. You want to try to make this uniform. You want to make sure all the dimensions line up, and all these ones line up, that your numbers are in the center of your gap as best you can. When you get to the inside dimensions, you want to make it so that they are legible, and they don't take away from the drawing too much. So even if they got to kind of cross over each other, you try to make it so that you can put the numbers where they're not going to be in the way. All right, so I'll do a few with you. I'm not going to do them all. But the cool thing about when you're doing the dimensions is you can kind of go and start to darken up your drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some extension lines. But while I'm doing my extension lines, I'm going to darken my visible lines that I need here. So I'm going to need an extension line that comes out here. And draw that lightly. I'm going to lift my pencil right before I touch the edge of the drawing. I'm going to darken this entire line as I go across my paper. Right as I get to the edge, I'm going to lift it, and I'm going to draw an extension line out. I'm going to work the dimensions on the right-hand side right now. Okay, so from here, I'm going to darken my line, lift my pencil, draw my extension line out. My next extension line is the center of this window. I leave a little gap between the extension line and the window, and draw the extension line out. Next one is the center of this window. Leave a little gap, draw my extension line out. The corner of this stairs, draw an extension line out. And then the actual corner of the house. So that one again, I'm draw an extension line on this side, lift my pencil, darken my entire outside line of my drawing. I get to the end, lift my pencil, and then continue my extension line out. Now that I have these extension lines on the right, I'm going to make two measurements. Okay? Easiest one to probably do is just go 2 feet and 4 feet. So 2 feet and mark 4 feet. Alright? At the 2 foot mark, you're going to draw your inner dimensions. Alright? And that's going to be these lines here with your pencil. I actually cross across the extension line, go to the middle, lift my pencil for the gap, come back down, cross across the extension line, lift my pencil, cross, lift, cross. When I come out to the outer extension line, what you're going to notice is it's basically the entire length and no other extension lines cross it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come with my eraser and I'm going to go just past my dimension line I made originally. I'm going to erase any of these inner extension lines. Okay, I have to shorten this one up a little bit. I want to leave a little bit of tail past them, a little bit of overhang, but not a ton. Okay, by accident there I erased my measurements, so I'm just going to go another 2 feet, use my triangle, and I'm going to draw down my longer dimension line. Now, to clean this up, I'm going to put my arrowheads on the end. Okay, arrowheads. These ones are small, but you can still see them. Okay. When I do my arrowheads, they point at the extension line, and then you write the number in the middle. 6 foot 8 inches, 9 foot 10 inches, 3 foot 4 inches. This one's 1 foot 8 inches. This one's 22 feet dash 0 inches. All right, the extension line shouldn't go that far past the actual dimensions. Darken that up. I'm going to erase that up. Over here, I'm just going to darken this line up a little bit. All right, perfect. That's the side dimensions. Now let's do the bottom dimensions. These ones should be pretty easy. All right, you just bring your extension line down. Make sure there's a little gap between the corner of the drawing and the extension line. And like I said to you before, so these are going to be the ones that go across the bottom here. What I like to do is I darken up my drawing as I'm doing it. So I'm going to darken my line, lift my pencil, draw my extension line down, Come over here, darken my line, lift my pencil, draw my extension line down. My next one's gonna be the center of the window. Now some of these I'm drawing a little long. They probably don't need to be this long, but we'll just erase a little bit later, just not the darkened part. Right, side of your house or the back of your house, darken it up. With your pencil, draw a line down. Edge of the deck, same idea. Down, always making sure you lift that pencil up right beforehand, okay? Erase this line here, and then draw my extension line down from here, like so. Okay, this gets erased. And now I'm going to come down, I'm just going to measure 2 feet down and maybe 1 foot past that for the end of the extension line. Use my triangle, okay, my C-square I should say. I'm going to draw the dimension lines, leaving little gaps in the middle. I missed an extension line here. I'm going to drop this one down. Okay, this one's going to be 3 foot 6 inches, 13 foot 6 inches, 25 foot dash 0 inches, 5 foot dash 6 inches. This one's actually 7 foot. Okay, this is 5 foot dash 6 inches. This one's 7 foot dash 0 inches. This is 3 foot dash 6 inches. Go back, add your arrowheads. Okay, small, little, dark triangles. Arrowheads, they point at the dimension lines, at the extension lines. Okay, use your T-square, slide it up. Use your eraser. Erase any extension lines that go past the bottom of the T-square so you make it more uniform. Lastly, we'll just do the inside ones. Okay, when you're doing the inside ones, now if you're getting the smudges, once again, you can always put this stuff on. Okay, I'm just going to do the inside ones in a couple of rooms. Okay, so over here, touching the outside wall, bringing your line down, lifting your pencil, bringing your line down. This one's going to be 10 foot 6, 10 foot 6 inches. Use your arrowheads. Make sure you use your arrowheads so there's no confusing that it's a dimension line. All right, this one here, we're going to make 12 foot 8. Okay, so bring your line across. That doesn't have to be exactly where I did it on mine. Okay, it could be close or it could be somewhere near it, just as long as it's not confusing looking. All right, this one's going to be 12 foot 6 inches. Okay, hopefully you can make it nice and neat. All right, when it comes to the closet over here, all right, same idea. All right, draw your line across. This one's going to be 5 foot 8. Okay, and up and down, you got 3 foot 10. Inches, kind of like that. All right, so that's basically how you're going to set your dimensioning up. You got to do all the dimensions for the interior. You're going to have all your doors done, all your windows done. Do not worry about the toilets and sinks. All right, and that's all you're going to need to have to do for tomorrow. Let's get to work.